Hello, and welcome to the United States Army Reserve Knowledge Management Team Training. Today we'll be talking a little bit on how to create a milSuite group. To begin with, we're going to navigate over to our milSuite as always. This is my personal entry page. This is what it looks for me. It may look a little different from your own, but we should have the same stuff. At the top, we see the milBook is where we're currently inside of with our streams and contents. All the way over to the right, you see your notifications, your profile, and a little pencil. This should be true no matter what page you are on. You should see about the same stuff. To create a group, we're going to start right here at the pencil. When I click on this pencil, it'll bring down a drop-down of things I can do. At the very bottom, you will see three things: community, group, and project. Community, only a milSuite admin can create, and you must sign an MOA with milSuite prior to creation. But a group, anyone can create a group. You can create multiple groups. So that's what we'll be doing today, is creating a milSuite group. So let's begin. First, all I do is click group. Once it loads, the first thing you will see is a create a group drop-down. It's pretty straightforward, pretty GUI interface, which is graphic user interface, and it describes what you're doing through each step. So first we will need to give it a name. So I'll go ahead and name it online recording. Description: tell people what your group is about. Pretty straightforward there again. And do remember, as you add things to the description, it'll also make this much more searchable. So, online training demo. Now there are four types of groups you can create. An open group, which as it says is open and non-members can view content and participate. Members only makes it where it's open, everyone can see it, but no one can participate unless they are a member. Private, membership is by approval, invitation only, and only members can view content and participate. Yet a private group is still searchable. You can still find it by searching, you just can't see their content or participate. And lastly, unlisted. It's by invitation only, nothing inside of it searchable, and you will not be able to find that group by a search. So for this example, we're going to go ahead and leave the group to open. Next is your tag. Tagging, as we discussed in the past, makes your group a little more searchable. It also helps with identifying what your group is about. And there is no limit here. I can go Army, enter, Army Reserves, enter, KM, enter, online, enter, training, enter, so on and so forth. Just kind of describe what your group will be about. Next is categories. You can see the categories listed here on the page. Go ahead and pick which one best fits your group. In this case, education and training. At the bottom, you'll see two options: preview and browse templates. So we're going to go ahead and preview and browse some of the templates available directly through milSuite. You will see that it brings up a top bar. This bar is pretty straightforward. There's general, HR, human resources, IT. But do remember, not one template is an end-all be-all. If I come into general and I go down to customer 360, you will see that it includes gauges, featured content, helpful links, featured videos. But let's say I go over to team collaboration. Just as an example, you see gauge is no longer there. So just because I select team collaboration does not mean that I can't use a gauge. It's just not simply pre-included. I will just have to set that up at a later date. So pick whichever one fits the best, or just pick one and we can edit it later. And then we can come down here and click outside of it to see the rest of the page. Coming down, it shows a little bit of what it would look like as it is right now. Coming here, we can change our banners by clicking on banner design. There's presets already made, coming from standard colors to some bubbles, some jellyfish. They also have the typical Army ones. So select which one you want, or you may use a custom color or a custom image. Your choice. For now, I'll just leave it to the Army folks. Over here on the left, you see Place Image. I can simply click Place Image, which it'll bring up my folders on my desktop, and I can come through here and select any image I want. So for demonstration purposes, I'll use the ring here. And now I can take a general look at my page. Is it what I want? Is it the beginning of what I want to create? If it is, down here in the bottom left, I can simply click Create Group. And here we are. The group is now created. As you can see, there's several tabs at the top of the page: activity, content, people. Those are put up by milSuite. We cannot change these. These are standard within every group. But let's say I want to add a page. If we come on over here to the right, as a group owner, you will see a couple things. We have the actions, which we can create discussion, documents, uploading files, polls, projects, maybe an idea, maybe create an event. There's the about, share, and manage. Being an owner, you'll be able to see the manage button. When I click this, you will see settings, new page, block, save as new template, and so on. But at this point, I just want to create a new page. So I'm going to go ahead right here and click a new page. So again, very plug and play, very graphic easy. I need to create a page. At this point, I can name it. So I'll name this one home page. The layout here. Layout's a little important. You got to be specific in what you want to do. If I want to use, a side left, small tiles, large tiles on the right, maybe left and right small, big in the middle, maybe a full page of big. This is a little important because the tile sizes has to do with what you can put inside of it. So if I selected this one as I have selected now, I will only be able to get options A through B. Or if I click this, these small tiles also include options C through D. So to get the full gambit, make sure you use the small tiles and the large tiles. And do note, you can create up to 5 pages, but that is where you are limited. You must stop at 5 pages. So me personally, I like my navigation, my small tiles on the left and the big ones in the middle. So I like that, and I'm gonna go ahead and click OK. As you can see, my page is here. To demonstrate what I was talking about, when I click on Add a Tile, it will pop up, and you can see that I have 2 categories, Content and Other. Content says a document viewer, featured content, popular content. Others has a few more items inside of it. But now if I come over here to a small tile, and I open it up, you'll see my categories now include Content, People, Places, Other, and we can create brand new tiles. So let's say I want to add my top participants or featured people over here to the left. Then I can add a person. Let's say I want to add myself. Simply do a search. Add in the first name if there's multiple selections. There's me. Click on it. Then it'll pop up when it loads with my face there, my image, my profile there. Click apply, and that's good to go. We can come over here to the next one. Maybe I want to do a document viewer. If I have any documents available, click apply. And sometimes, as you see here in featured people, it's really important that I left this as is so you can see the mistake. It happens. Sometimes it doesn't take what you wanted, and sometimes it works perfectly the first try. Really depends on your network. So as you can see, nothing's here. Just because it's not there doesn't mean we must trash. We can also use this gear option, and we're going to use this later to edit parts of the page. It'll bring back up exactly what you did to begin with. As you can see in here, my name is not in here again, so I'll take another search for it. And as you can see, this time I popped up. You see my name is in here, and it says I can add up to 10 people. And it looks like I also clicked Michael Kitchens, Colonel Kitchens, with the USAR-KM directorate at the same time, which is okay. And I can simply click apply. Now it's showing. So that was a good little demonstration of what happens when something goes wrong. Everything's good. I'm happy with how my page looks. Maybe I want this up a few stacks, so I'll push the up button here, and I click save. Here's my new page. Now, let's say I want to create a second page, but I meant for this to be more of a person's page and I need a new home page. So simply all I would do is go to Manage, New Page. Again, the GUI will pop up. I name this Home Page 2, for example. Set it up how I want it. Click OK. And now the page is ready to go again. I can again add tiles, top participants, add a tile over here. Maybe I want a featured video over here. You have to add a video URL. So we will just steal their example URL just to make the system think it's there. Click OK. As you can see, the video wants to load, but it's not going to have anything to load. When I'm happy, I'm going to click Save. As you can see now up top, I have home page and home page 2. Well, that's a problem. I want home page 2 up front, and I want home page second in the list. I don't like the ordering behind this. The easiest way to do this, and there's multiple ways, is to find an area on your page that has the little gear icon or a cog. When I click it, I am going in to edit the page. Now it will directly send me to the featured video area, but if I click outside of it, you can see I'm ready to edit the rest of the page. Now that I have 2 pages, you can see all I need to simply do is take the page, drag it over, drop it, and click Save. And I'm done. The page is ready with the correct order of how I want it. At this point, you have now created a group, and your group is set up with a page and is ready to go. Come back for more training to learn how to insert documents and actually how to link videos in your storage capacities. Couple quick notes before we leave. Do remember every group is limited to 1 gigabyte of data per group. That doesn't mean you are limited to one group though. Let's say I was inside a Pacific Fleet group, and that fleet had 3 or 4 carriers. I could create one group called, Pac Fleet. I could create another group called the USS Kitty Hawk, another group called the USS Eisenhower. Those all each individually have 1 gigabyte of data, but I can then link them within each other to make a sort of tree system inside of one group. If you have any questions, please contact your KM Directorate.